One of the strongest interaction in the game. Poison and many returning projectiles. The damage and the tankiness is on the next level. We're talking about poison capped on normal bosses, and we can tank almost anything that the game has to offer. What's up guys, Pidget here. Splitting steel fire projectile that will splits on impact towards the enemy, and the default split is 5. This is where our base damage is coming from. We're using sniper's mark to increase the split numbers up to 9 and using additional projectile from the 3, so our base split is right now 10. We're adding return projectile, so all the splitted projectile will return to us, making an extremely high base damage skill. We're adding to the mixed poison, and I think if the POE correct, we already poison capped on normal bosses, which is 35 million damage per second after the 7-second ramp time. On Ubers with this setup, I calculated around 15 million damage per second, which is pretty good if we're talking about Ubers. The important part is you have to position yourself near the boss to all the returning projectile hit the target. Of course, on mob bosses you don't have to do this, because they will die after a few seconds no matter where you're standing. You only need position yourself on Ubers. Because this is a poison build, we need to reach 100% poison chance. This could be hard since they removed the alt quality Herald of Agony, but I found an elegant way to reach 100% without a problem. We're grabbing all the poison chance node on the tree. Alone this is 65%, 20% from our Herald of Agony, so we only need 15%, and we will get this from our weapon. Enough only the lowest raw poison chance on the weapon, even that is 20%. So now we have 100% chance to poison. In this build we need to talk about the weapon, because it's very important part of the build. You need high attack speed and poison chance as we talked about earlier, and a very important craft, hits cannot be evaded. The reason for this because we need 100% hit chance, otherwise we would need invest accuracy rating, and sadly we can do that easily. And I think we would need it sacrifice so much point on the tree or affixes on the items to reach the same damage or even less. So the craft is the easiest way to get 100%. Our biggest and best multiplier is coming from a secondary source. We will inflict with on bosses, which is 90% chaos damage taken increased by default. Also we get an Ascendancy node that will increase the wither effect and also give us chance to inflict wither. We have more than 50 projectile per second that hits the target, so we don't have any problem to keep up the 15 stacks. Because this is a poison build, we can't leave out the best curses from this type of build. We can use 4 curses in the build, because using my favorite unique ring, Anatema, our curse limit is equal to our maximum power charges. Every character can have 3 charges. I'm also allocating an extra power charge on the 3, so our curse limit is now 4. The curse I'm using is the following. Temporal chain, so a poison will last longer, despair to lower the enemy chaos resistance, sniper's mark to increase the splitting projectiles number up to 10, and you know me, defensive curse as well, enfeeble to lower the enemy damage. We have a few small extras as well, like using Minx Heart because we have really high physical damage, so extra chaos damage is very huge boost for us. Also we can generate frenzy charges because we're using a frenzy on hit charm and increasing the poison duration as well. On the defensive side, the classic Pathfinder setup. We're converting almost all of the physical damage taken to elemental. We have 98%. Using Lighting Coil, that's alone 50%. A unique flask, namely Taste of Fate, that's 23%, because we have increased flask effect node allocated on the tree. 50% from our helmet, and we're using a Watcher Eye with 10% physical damage taken as lighting damage by affected by Purity of Light. Also using all the elemental damage reduction flasks as well. Using Petrified Blood, this makes us unable to recover above 50% life without a life flask. But for exchange we will stagger percentage of the damage we take, and it will deal to us over 4 seconds. This is our protection from the big hits like Shaper Slam or Cirrus Meteor. We have insane recovery from our Ascendancy because we're taking Pathfinder around 2.2k recovery, making an extremely good with the Petrified Blood. I still can't believe no one tried to make this build, and I think the reason is Penance Brand of Dissipation. But this build damage almost the same if we're talking about them. But yeah, it's a little bit more melee style, so I think this is the reason. But let's be real here. I don't think Penance Brand will survive the next patch. This build is very comfortable to play, you don't have to worry about almost anything. Only one danger for this build, and that's the Fizz Reflect mob, because the build has high percentage of damage as physical. Also maybe the avoid poison would be annoying to run, but overall it's a very strong build and you can complete all the endgame bosses even on Uber levels. I would like if you hit the like button like the Shaper hitting the Elder, so it can start spread to more people. Thank you! Before we starting the item section, important what bases you use, because we're using Eldritch Battery. You need evasion and energy shield bases. Only exception is the helmet, because you need a pure energy shield based helmet to able to cast your skills freely. So the items. The weapon is a very interesting one, also very easy to make. You don't need this level weapon at all. Only the attack speed and poison chance, also the craft. Hits cannot be evaded. I'm include many links to this type of weapon and how to make. You can find in the POB under the notes section. If you want to make this weapon that I have, buy a fractured base. With attack speed, spam physical damage essence till you hit poison chance. You only need this free mod. Fizz, poison and attack speed. If you have this free mod, you can multi-mod and you done. If you hit other prefix or suffix, you need to annul till you have the free weapon mod. The method is easy, but it could be very expensive quickly. So if you just want to try the build, I would use the cheaper options. The shield is important because this gives us maximum elemental resistance. I bought plus 2% to all maximum resistance. Use life essence till I hit another maximum resistance. The outcome can be fire, cold and lighting, also chaos as well. We aiming maximum lighting resistance, but if you land on maximum fire or cold resistance, don't panic. You can just use harvest swap the resistance to lighting. The reason is maximum lighting resistance because we converting 60% of physical damage to lighting. So if we raising this resistance even more, we can be more tankier. Also crafted fizz damage as extra chaos. The gloves is an easy one. Fractured attack speed, spam life essence till you hit chaos resistance and craft projectile spears an additional target. Boost suppression fracture and use life or movement speed essence till you hit high life or movement speed. Also you need the open suffix to craft avoid elemental elements. Amulet. I just bought this one. Anointment, toxic strikes. Bad. So this is a hard one because you need high life and strength. Also fast charge gain mod. You need at least 10% fast charge gain, but check the POB for your flask uptime. There is no easy way to craft this. Use strength essence or any resistance essence till you hit this mods combination. You don't need at all the gain a flash charge when you crit. I just got unlucky with my Hunter's Exalted Orb Slam. Helmet, pure energy shield based helmet with fractured life and high energy shield. Also chaos resistance. I crafted this one with chaos resist essences. Also you need an open prefix to craft the fizz damage taken as fire. The Flasks is the standard Pathfinder setup. All elemental resistance flask with increased flask effect. Submods reduce mana cost, additional resistance. We're using a silver flask for bossing with increased charge recovery and attack speed. The reason is for the charge recovery mod. With this we have pretty good uptime, so the reduced effect is not noticeable in the long run. Divine Life flask with increased amount recovered and reduced recovery rate. Craft 15% avoid being stunned during effect. Pantheons we're using. For bossing, Soul of Solaris. Also upgrade the reduced elemental damage taken part. Minor, Soul of Rislata. The low life part is very good if you want the extra recovery from low flask. But the downside, you need to use under 50% life. This is very good on Shaper Beam because you just reuse the flask under 50% life and you can just stand still. Also worth to upgrade as well, because the map mods and the Wisp also Maven can heal the bosses, so this will make your life easier. Bandits 2 passive points. I just want to highlight a few things on the passive tree that you need for the build. Using 2 8 passive cluster jewel with Wicked Pole, Unwearing the Evil and Unholy Grace. 2 medium cluster jewel with Brute for Potency and Flow of Life. Using Ancestral Vision. Modifiers to chance to suppress spell damage also applies to chance to avoid elemental ailments at half of their value. A Watcher Eye with fizz damage taken as lighting and increased life recovery from flask while affected by vitality. Other side of the tree, another 8 passive cluster jewel Wicked Pole, Unwearing the Evil and Unholy Grace. Using a Timeless Jewel here, you see on the tree, with poison damage and increased maximum life. The rest of the Jewels is rare with life and chaos damage overtime multi and damage overtime damage. Charms I'm using right now because we choose Wildwood Primaris. Increase poison duration for each poison you have inflicted recently, up to a maximum of 100%. And because we're using a big energy shield helmet, plus 2 evasion rating per 1 maximum energy shield on helmet. This will give evade chance, suppression chance and frenzy on hit, suppression again and effect of withered. We're taking Pathfinder as our Ascendancy. On your first lab we take Nature Reprisal. This node is a game changer in the early acts. Second lab, Master Toxicities if you're leveling with poison. If not, this will be your third lab. The next is Nature's Adrenaline. You now generating flash charges. Last lab, Master Surgeron. Now your life flask will be active even if you reached full life. Ram and Journey starting with our meaning in our body armor, Splitting Steel, Awakened Added Chaos Damage, Awakened Void Manipulation, Awakened Vicious Projectiles, Awakened Unbound Ailments, Return Projectile. In our weapon, Flame Dash, Enlighten level 3, Petrified Blood. In our gloves, Malevolence, Herald of Agony, Purity of Lighting, Enlighten level 3. In our boots or curse setup, Arcanist Brand, Despair, Temporal Chains, Enfeeble. In our shield, Divine Blessing, Haste, Inspiration. In our helmet, Vitality, Origin Support, Sniper's Mark, and Steel Skin. This is our guard skill. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question, please leave a comment below. Also, I would like to say thank you to my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks again guys. Thanks for watching. I was Bridget. See you next time.